032. They do go for the Tree and Protector lineup. I mean, it's obviously good for delaying purposes. See how they follow up here. They'll go for the Mars pickup. So just opting for some team fight. We know
Mm,
Bot plays a very good Mars. One of
yeah.
his comfort pickups. See if they can get like maybe a Phoenix. You can't really fit a Phoenix in anymore. Never mind that.
Mm.
Something else, I guess, to work well with the Mars ulti would be nice.
Yeah, I think. What options do you have? Like you mentioned, Phoenix would have been great, but it was really either the Mars or Phoenix this game to combine with the Treant. I think maybe a Bloodseeker could fit in here if you wanted to, just to get the blood right in the arena. But Motivate.Trust, they're just really fast. Faceless Void comes in. So it's the Void Jakiro. You've got Macropyre flying out in that chrono. And that's basically it. Yeah, that's all you want to come out here is 032. I mean, you've got the Rubik who could steal. I don't think a Faceless Void does. FV doesn't care too much about that. In fact, the lineup of MG.Trust don't really care for stolen chrono, so it's not going to be as impactful. Still really fast, and 032 Nico Invoker makes its appearance to cancel it out for MG.Trust. So you're not going to have the ability to have Cataclysm on MG.Trust side. Interesting one. I don't know about this for 032 because we've only seen the Invoker with the Faceless Void, not without it. And this is definitely a preemptive pick to block it out. Although I don't think it would fit MG.Trust's lineup anyway because they've got the Void Spirit, but maybe they were just worried about the combo.
Okay. But that's fine, right? You don't want to necessarily give that combination away. It can be a bit dangerous. Motivate.Trust, however, they'll just go ahead and pick up a Bat Rider now. And it makes me start to wonder, is this going to be a mid Bat Rider? Is it still a mid Void Spirit? Motivate.Trust has run the POS 4 Void Spirit before.
Mm.
We've seen that. Then the mid Bat Rider would have a very, very good time up against the Invoker as well. If they did want to run it like that. And, well, the draft just flies through, John. The bans are gone already. Final pickups. You,
I mean, you
with
don't have the Tide Hunter.
with these two guys, you just wonder why every team can't draft this quick. It's just so darn fast.
Yeah, I think they've got a game plan here, both sides. 032, of course. Maybe they just got refreshed. They're like, all right, let's run something we're comfy with. Let's get some comfort heroes out
Yep.
and just win like that. Outplay them with heroes we know, with a draft we can run. And their pos one has to be shining here. The Natsumi hero has to work out. I'm not sure what you want to draft in. With the Invoker, you have Alacrity. You've got decent team fight with Mars. Maybe you just go for something like a Sven. That could work, but wow, MG.Trust. Your lineup looks pretty scary to fight into. Konka comes in, so you've got the boat, you've got the torrent, you've got the X. It's a very strong combo with the Faceless Void, with the Chikir as well. The 032. Their pause one has a lot of pressure here. Like they've got to be able to fight pretty fast. I think Natsumi tends to not like sitting back and farming. I think he's just the kind of core who wants to run at you.
Yeah.
So something that engages early, PA is okay for that, but you don't have the Magnus combo for Natsumi here.
There's a lot missing for 032.
Mm,
Like, this pause 1 pick is going to be difficult. The only thing I can see that might. I was about to say TB, but it doesn't even look. Because they've
no,
got all their bases covered. Like, you've got magic and physical damage, you've got team fight control, you've got lane dominant heroes for Motivate
mm,
Trust. It's very, very hard to pick a position 1 that's going to have a decent lane into a decent mid game. Uh, you might just want to try and play the late game for 032 now. But even then, it's
mm,
pretty tough because you're up against the Void Bat Rider, both of which
yeah.
scale very, very well into the late game. Chrono and Lasso never really get old.
Mm.
032, what are they going to do? I mean, there's just so many carries that have been banned out in this draft. Maybe they shouldn't have gone that fast.
Maybe.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
How
Arc
could I
Warden.
forget?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I was gonna say that is the only option to stall the game. So Arc Warden comes out. I'll be honest with you though. I literally cannot ever remember a game where Natsumi plays Arc Warden. Like not from his Adroit days, not from before that. I don't feel too confident about this from Natsumi. I don't think it plays into his playstyle. Again, we were talking about it, but they want that early aggression. Arc Warden is really a farm heavy core. We'll see if they can maximize it. Maybe if Natsumi gets enough space, he can get work done there. You can look at Motivate.Trust's lineup though. They may not have the Masaros tied, but the Masaros bat is just as good.
Yep.
And Jackie on the Faces Void, we've seen that a couple of times as well. The combos are there. They've got a lot of aggression that can come in, and 032 has to be ready to match that pace. Nico, I think that's the lane to watch out for. You can't allow the Invoker to play from behind, so there's a lot of pressure from Nico to really win out his lane this time. We saw in game 1, he couldn't get that done. Game 2, you can't afford to. You just can't afford to really lose the lane as the Invoker. Fearless is going to make it hard, though. I mean, Kunkka, it's just so domineering with the Tidebringer, so watch your spacing there as Nico. Maybe get your supports down. Ninja Bogey can do some work with the Rubik. That's going to be it for 032. That's the timings they need to hit. Just ensure their laning phase kind of rides out, and then you can maybe get your Invoker and your Arc Warden to a running start off of that.
Yeah. Be the chance for them to try and draw out the series. Again, Motivate.Trust, they really want the 2-0 victory though. So you can tell, just trying to maintain their upper bracket position through the group stage.
Excellent idea.
See if they can get it done. I gotta say, just by drafts, even if we just ignore the teams, Motivate.Trust draft just looks infinitely better. In my opinion, that is. It is still gonna come down to execution, but
I think the thing is, when you look at these drafts, what it takes for 032 to win. What is Fearless talking about in all chat? Big guy, Natsumi. Big guy then. Small.
Not nice to say someone else has a small PP, John.
Fearless, big guy. Natsumi, Nazi-Trust. Masters. I mean, he loves that tide. I told you, he loves that big guy.
He does.
So it makes sense. Yeah. Jackie, my idol. Oh, Nico. I mean, I think it's fair to point out here, right? And this is the perfect time for it. That again, 032. You've got 3 vets. You've got Bach, Natsumi, and Ninja Bogey. But Matthew and Nico, they're relatively unknown factors. This is their first big tournament. They have no history that I can recall in even like the tier 2 scene, right? Like the further back scene, even.
Yep.
So this is really them being tossed in the fire. I think you have to kind of respect that as well, but it also doesn't cover for the fact that it's been a rough ride for 032. So
yeah,
there is that. It's a learning experience.
I mean, look, for the team of 032, I suppose for them it's like you've got these newer guys. Let's give them some experience. Let's give them a chance to show what they've got. It's tough, right? You've got so much pressure on you. It's your first tournament. All these people that you idolize and you've looked up to are playing with you now. I can understand the pressure that they do have to go through, and all these players, like all these great players, had to go through these experiences as well.
Yeah,
it's not just these guys. Everyone's had to do it. Everyone has to go through the tough part. We have a laugh here and there, but ultimately, in a couple months, you never know. These guys could be the top of C. You just don't know.
And I think the beauty of this is that because you have Ninja Bogey captaining, and he is a guy with years of experience, right? We're talking about way back in like TI1 days. Ninja Bogey is already active, so I think. Oh, Natsumi.
Uh-oh. Maybe revealing a bit of information here. Natsumi, be careful, sir.
Oh, Masters, it's secret.
Not anymore.
Yeah, it's good to see the boys in good mood though, right? Like despite the games for 032, they're still chilling out. I think that's what I love to see about this, even from a droid, right? Like way back when they were always kind of laid back, the stack, and I think that's what's important at the end. As a team, you have to take the losses as they come. You have to it's still important to maintain that morale as a team. And with Ninja Bogey again at the helm, he's just the kind of guy to get that done.
See you later, nerds.
A bit more of a pause time here. It's like MG.Trust. They want to try and see if it's laggy or not. Hopefully everything's going to go good for him in this time around. What Natsumi can get done in this Arc Warden. I mean, I know you pointed out as well that we really haven't seen him play it in our time casting him. We've casted him quite a lot in the past. It is definitely a bit more of a passive carry for him to play, that's for sure. See what he can get done.
Yeah, it looks like they might be going for some lane shenanigans here as well. Natsumi's walking all the way bot, so it looks like they will have someone else up top. Lane swap between him and Bach. That should enable the aggression from the Arc Ward. And I think when you're facing off against a safe laner, there is potential. But look at MG.Trust. They know about this. They actually send Masura spot. So it's still the Bat Rider versus the Arc Warden in the end, and that kind of preempts that entire rotation out.
It does. Gonna be a bit annoying here for 032 to deal with. They do have a trial lane running though, so it may be a little bit more effective having that trial lane up against Masaros, but definitely not what they wanted. Masaros should be able to just hold the lane. Get some farm. He doesn't need to get aggressive on this Bat Rider. He just needs to stay alive. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, this tri lane, they will look for the first blood though. They don't have trees chopped down here, so 032 has a lot of room with Matthew if they find the angle.
Gonna try. There's your Nature's Grasp coming in with a nice lift back, but Masaros still holds onto the Firefly. He just felt no need to use it. And that's the real problem against the Bat Rider. He's gonna spam Sticky Napalm. He's gonna slow your turn rate, slow your movement speed. Firefly if he needs to get away, and they give up on the trialing. There's no point to it.
Yeah, it should be smooth sailing now here. Of course, Masaros has this level 2, so you can play with a Firefly if you want. The supports, I think Q is going to have to look for an opportunity down mid at some point where, you do have Nico kind of dancing around with Fearless. It's been a better start for Fearless, as we expected. There are ways for Nico to catch up. I think as the levels build up on the Invoker, you can start playing with your regen, but you will need a support to really relieve that pressure away.
It's only going to get tougher. Kunkka just... It's very hard to lose the lane as Kunkka. It's just such a almost guaranteed win. Well, throw a Torrent out into a Tidebringer hit, I'm sure. Nico. He is Quaswex. I mean, the positive is he does have that very nice regen to come in. It's just, as that Tidebringer becomes a shorter cooldown and offers more damage, you start to wonder whether the regen's going to be enough with that Quas. Answer's probably no, but bot lane, Matthew is the first one to go down. Natsumi does kill off Masaros, and even top lane now they're having a go. Bok will drop on the Mars. Jackie able to pick up a kill for himself.
See you later, nerd.
Now that is not something you tend to see. Bok tipping Ninja Boogie. That's just not something you're used to seeing. Mars is, even without the Bulwark, still fairly tanky, so Jackie off to a good start. He's been super pleased with himself. You look at his last hits, 15-6. I mean, the Bok has not applied as much pressure as you'd expect, and this is just problematic. Like, Jackie, if you allow him to go into the Mom, he is going to be able to really maximize that first chrono and really start to snowball hard. And you have to remember, Boombell as well. If he gets the EXP up, this Liquid Fire will burn through that living armor. It balances out that defense potential here from 032.
That's going to be very annoying. Kira, one of those very lane dominant kind of supports to have. Dual Breath, just such a powerful ability in the laning phase, that is. Not even gonna need to deny the camp pull away. Ninja Boogie didn't really have it anyway. The creeps were already gone. And, we'll just keep trying, I guess. Like, there's really no slowing down Jackie at this point, I don't think.
Oh.
Interesting to note, though, he did go for the time dilation. So, bit unorthodox for the Void to do that, but he may feel like he does have some decent kill potential with the dual breath of the Jakiro. Especially now that it is level 2. It's a lot more damage and much bigger slow. Jackie's going to come in, but Bok will be fine. They aren't going to chase him down.
Yeah, it's still a tough time. I think Bok's initial farm is also important here, so you don't want to sack that lane too hard. And, Ninja, he doesn't even really get a rotation potential, though.
Nice spear out. Gundel should be in a spot of danger. And yeah, the God's Rebuke will be enough. Take him out. Ninja Boogie, he'll be the one to take the kill on the Rubik. Now Jackie going to have to sit back a little bit and wait for his own regen to come in. Ninja Boogie will make sure he remains at bay. Meanwhile, mid lane, Nico trying to get some damage out onto Fearless. Does get the cold snap off, and it looks like Nico is having a bit better of a time now on the Invoker. Still quite behind in CS, however. Fearless is completely dominating in the CS score. but he does at least get the lane for himself for a bit.
Yeah, I think that's much more important for the Invoker, just having that initial momentum all the way down. But
Matthew is still alive. Masaros trying to get out of there, but can't, and now Q might have to give his life away for this bounty. He'll dissimulate out and will run for the next one. Looks like he will get away with it as well, as Matthew will not be able to make it in time on the Treant.
Wow!
Mid lane, Fearless. He's very, very low. Nico, one more after that would do it, and Fearless does go down. Nice play out from Nico. Aetherem, however, going to lock him in, and now Masaros is going to come out with the Firefly and the sticky napalm. Nico will just burn. Matthew trying to come in to help. I don't believe he'll be able to get a trade here onto Masaros. It will be just a direct trade in the mid lane.
yeah, you're still going to be pretty pleased about that for 032, as of course the Invoker gets the kill first, he gets the XP. You're off to a very good start. You leave that bot lane alone as well. It's just Natsumi alone now. So it's free farm for our Arc Warden. Certain things are lining up for 032, and they are getting that initial start off better. Like, they may be losing the bot lane, but as long as the Arc Warden gets some free farm, I think overall you're going to be happy here.
Jump in, Jackie. It's a bonk with that time dilation, but a nice lift back from Ninja Boogie. He's going to be able to hold them back. Bok, still very low in HP. Needs to be slightly cautious of Jackie, but he's going to feel safe. And Jackie went for that second level in time dilation.
Wow!
I mean, I like it. I like the switch up, but it's just so unusual.
It is. It is. I think they're valuing that slow, so they know how spammable these spells are as well on Ninja Boogie and Bok. They're just making it harder for them to land a second combination afterwards if they do miss, and it gets it easier to punish this duo. I guess that's what Jackie's going for. Again, allowing that offensive play, and they have been pretty offensive. Like, they've got 3 heroes up top now.
Off. The danger. Gets the spear off onto Q, but they are still on top of him. And that time dilation is actually a pretty huge slow with the dual breath. Bok is still trying to run, but Jackie will have the damage output. It is kind of insane.
Yeah.
Quite nice to have.
Good amount of slow. It gets them the control they need, and it makes it harder for Bok to run. You can see how disjointed it can be for 032. Like, the spear came out, and then the lift came mid-spear. So you weren't quite combining your stuns there properly for 032. That's going to be a cause of pain, but they're healing the tower up. Bok comes back full, although.
Ninja Boogie trying to go into Q, but he is going to get the dissimulate out. Back into that mid lane. What's going on? Healer's still at the top of the net worth board, just farming perfectly fine. Nico behind him by about 600 net worth. Not too bad for the Quaswex Invoker. He's going to make a rotation up top now.
Yeah, he does have the urn with 2 charges, so they can try to play with that cold snap if they find the opening. He would love a kill on Jackie, but there's a sentry ward right at the entrance, so not the safest spot. And in fact, they have some good sentries out. They might be able to spot Nico before he comes in.
They know he's there. He's running the sentry as we speak. Jackie's just waiting for the chrono attempt, and it's just some great acting out from Jackie. Both to fly in, and Nico is gone. They get the spear off in the end with an EMP to fly out, so maybe Jackie dies here. Even Natsumi with the Tempest Double showing up, but Jackie still running. Matthew comes in with the Leech Seed. Doesn't have the Nature's Grasp, and Jackie somehow makes it out.
Oh boy, that's living on the edge. The boat playing a big part there in that durability, and a very big win for MG.Trust. Great use of the first chrono. 032, Nico falling for the bait a bit. I mean, there's no way to know that, right? Look, there was no visible sign. It's just rather unfortunate circumstance that MG.Trust are now ahead, although Bok.
In the spot of danger down bot lane, Masaros is going to go down, but top lane Bok is also being chased. Looks like he is going to be fine. And so Masaros does die again on the Bat Rider. Was just off the rotation from Nico and Natsumi. It's been a nice pickup there for 032.
Yeah, you're giving a lot of gold here, a lot of space to Natsumi. So it is becoming the Arc Warden game here for 032. You're sacrificing a lot of your other cores farm up for that, but the Midas is going to be in play here. So it's still pretty good timing for Natsumi. Just needs to build up. Needs to ensure the Arc Warden doesn't get jumped, and I think you've done a good job of that here in 032. 5 to 5. 2K lead still on MG.Trust side, so it's not like it's completely clean for 032, but I think they've ridden through the roughest part of the seas now. You know, like Natsumi's at the point where he can be independent and slowly farm up. You have some slight power spikes here for Nico. He's ready to go, and they're going to go for those tier 1 tower trades.
They will. Direct trade between the two. There is going to be a bit of time to defend for Motivate.Trust, as they are going to get through the tier 1 a lot faster. There are TPs going down. It seems like they may give it a shot. Down to the tier 2 tower they go. They cliff up that tower. Smoke up. They've got the boat available. Nico is waiting in the tree line. They might just assume it's Natsumi. Now they do spawn out Fearless. EMP to fly in. They drain a bit of mana off Fearless before they do have to back off. And meanwhile, top lane, Bok gets killed off by Jackie, but Nico is going to be there to try and turn around. They get the overgrowth off onto Q, so that should be a Void Spirit dead, and will be. But Jackie, can he make his way out? He's got Chrono again, so he may just commit it onto 3 and does do so, and he'll just run.
Yeah, that's I guess a small win for 032, forcing the Chrono out, so you don't have to worry about that team fight spell. You did still lose Bok in the end. I think that's still a hurting point here for 032. Your Mars has not progressed all too well. In fact, Bok's farm is behind even Q's. So you're going to have to find some space for the Mars to play catch-up here. And when you're playing with an Arc Warden, that space is pretty limited. They've got to be able to split that farming space out, although Fearless...
Nico gonna get a nice denial from that haste rune, and Nico, he sounds confident this game. So been spamming some voice lines, seeming happy. Good to see. Still a bit behind in net worth though at 3.6k. Fearless has overtaken him by 2k net worth already. That should be a little bit of a concern here for this Invoker. You do still want to be able to transition from this Quaswex into the Exort and eventually have that Cataclysm up, have everything else up, and try to get some damage out. I mean, you're going to need it. Natsumi, he's not going to have damage for quite a while. On lane, Matthew, going to cop a boat here from Fearless. He's still going to try and run it now. Bok with a nice arena out. Ice Path macro going to be dropped by Boombill, and that will deal with Matthew. And Bok is actually very low on HP. He'll get out. Oh, but Q. Oh, the Spark Wraith was just sitting there and he forgot about it. Does go down, and now Fearless might even drop. A nice spear out from Bok. They make it happen. Now Boombill. Natsumi on a double. Great plays out from 032.
Yeah, they've just got the game sense. It's lining up this game. They're finding the punishment out. Natsumi getting the work done on the Arc Warden. And we can see why they picked it for him. He's playing on point. His Spark Wraith positioning has been great. He's making the most of the space. Now number 1 in that wort. Not by a huge margin, mind you, but it's up there. And that's what you want to see from the Arc Warden. Still, they start to invade that jungle, but you have to be cautious as MG.Trust. They're not going to give it out.
Q gonna get EMP'd here with the Tornado, but he does juke it out with the Dissimulate. 032 just gonna stick around and make sure Natsumi feels comfortable. That Maelstrom now up on Natsumi. It's gonna be a smoke up though from MG.Trust. They want to keep this aggression up. You've got Jackie with that Chrono, but he's very focused in on getting that MKB up now. And they may have found the right one. Natsumi realizes they're there, but Q is going to make the jump in. Quick TP's out. Masros, he does eventually get the lasso, and Natsumi is going to die before he gets that Tempest level off. It is going to cost Masros' life, however, but it's a very, very important kill to get for Motivate. I think they'll be very, very happy with that trade.
Yeah, it's definitely worthwhile. You find the biggest target on the map. You get the kill you want. You get the punishment off. This is a perfectly fine trade. It's 3k lead now back to MG.Trust. off the back of that kill. You're buying a lot of space here for Jackie, who is saving up for the MKB. Once that's up, of course, our Faceless Void, his farm, skyrockets off the back of that. I'd say the BKB has to come next, just to ensure that you're not getting picked off by the Invoker. You don't have to worry about the magic damage here that 032 has in spades. So that's going to be next for Jackie, but they've got a lot of room here. I mean, both sides are just playing a bit of a farm game.
Bok, bot lane, under siege here from Jackie. They have the Chrono, but Q gonna jump in with a great Aether Remnant, and Jackie, of course, will just commit the Chrono. He'll go after the Rubik first. That'll be Ninja Boogie. Oh, he does take Chrono, but he does die before he can use it. And now Bok is gonna be chased down with the X out from Fearless. Gonna be another double kill for Jackie, and all props to Jackie, John. I gotta tell you, every time we see this man on playing Faceless Void, he does seem very, very dominant.
Oh, definitely. He's usually on point with the timings around Chrono, so he just farms until Chrono's up. Then he calls his team to group up, to find the kills. He's really efficient on farm as well. And that MKB, it's going to be up in a fairly short time. Just one part away, Demon Edge is left, about 1,200 gold. Once you've got that, you're in a comfy spot. Still, 032. They're not out of it yet. Yeah, that Maelstrom is up and running, of course, on Natsumi. Going for the travels next to have that global presence. You do have some decent build-up from Nico. It does have the Spirit Vessel. So the durability of Jackie's not going to be as great. Gonna have to watch himself before the BKB's up, as it is easier to control that Faceless Void with the Spirit Vessel in play now.
Matthew is going to focus in on defending that top lane. He probably stuck there for a bit of time. Natsumi, good travels on the way now. Feel a lot better about himself with those. 0-3-2, I mean, I guess you could just keep having faith in the late game of the Arc Warden. The thing is, it's not really a great sign when Jackie is still top of the net worth board, though.
No.
Yeah, you have double Midas, but the Void is still farming faster. It's a little bit problematic. With
Yeah,
that,
it is.
Jackie's about, what, 600 gold off that that MKB?
Yeah. And once it's up, of course, you can start to do even more damage. You can expect that to line up with the next Chrono as well. Roughly line up with that timing. So they're going to look for a kill immediately. I think the biggest pain point here for 032 is Nico's farm. I mean, you just look at it. It's at 5.4k net worth. And he's been active. He's been focused on finding kills more. They are really giving Natsumi as much as they can, but when you hold down an Invoker like this, it does get hard to really scale up, so that's something to be careful about.
Masaros got a lasso off. It's going to be onto Bok, and Bok commits the arena. Going to be just to try and separate this team fight that is coming in, but Q is on top of it with a great torrent out from Fearless into the double boat. Oh, the whole macro pile was just there, burning them the whole time. Nico, so close to dying, does go down. Jackie now just going to focus in on Matthew. Obviously not the greatest Chrono out from Jackie, but it's still a 3-for-0 trade. You couldn't be happier if you were Motivate.Trust with that.
No, definitely not. That's the MKB done for Jackie, so he took that fight without it. They still won out, and now it's into the pit, and you're seeing the hurt here for 032. When they fight as a team, without Natsumi, that's a lot of gold they're missing out. It's a lot of items they don't get, and oh man.
Yeah, they almost killed off Masaros in that mid lane. He survived on about just less than 20 HP. Sunstrike gonna come in. Aegis will be taken by Jackie. 7k net worth lead now out for Motivate. And with this draft that they have, again, it's a much more confident draft, right? Like the Void is always just gonna be good. Chrono never gets old. Yeah, you've got an Arc Warden, but he gets caught by that Chrono once, or the X of the Kunkka, or the Lasso of Masaros, or even the Aether Remnant, or the Ice Path, and he's just dead.
Yeah, that's a difficulty here for Natsumi. And he's gonna have to find a way to really maximize that space here. There's a lot of work he has to put in. You don't have natural combos as well. This is what's hurting the Arc Warden. You don't have the combination with Avenge, with a Drow, so you're not getting boosted in any way, although they might force a fight here.
They're trying to, but Masteros got the lasso off. Ninja Boogie tried to steal it, but he only got the sticky napalm. Still Bok gonna turn back around and does kill Masteros, but should end up losing his own life very, very soon, or maybe not. He's still running. The Spirit Vessel's not proving to be enough. No, but there's Q getting with the Dissimulate, and now Jackie gets Ninja Boogie, and they've also caught Nico on the Invoker. Jackie wants more. There is no more to be had, however. They do just get out of there. That's a team fight without Chrono as well. You got the Bat Rider, but it's the best you got.
Yeah, it's not a good trade for sure. It's difficult though. 032 has to take what they can get. They're trying to apply pressure on Jackie, but you have to remember he has the Aegis. I don't think he cares too much.
No, he really doesn't. And there's an X out, and they caught Natsumi.
Oh.
They found the right one. That's kind of what I just talked about, John. You get X'd once, you're gonna die. There's no way out.
Oh, that's painful. Like, he is really all the gold in 032. It's just gone into that one hero. When you drop him like that, not a good feeling. And even this defensive strat with the Treant not quite paying off. The living armor is just not cutting it. I mean, they've got the Jack to burn through it anyway. So they're going to have to find another way kind of stalling this game out. They might be able to find an opening here in the triangle.
Okay, Nico, EMP out on Q, but he will juke it out with the Simulate and jumps back in. Q, he wants to go for a fight with the mid laner by himself. He is going to have to back, but now Jackie gets the Chrono off. Ninja Boogie does steal the Chrono, look to turn it back around onto the side of Motivate, and it is going to actually allow Nico to just run out of there on the Invoker. But the rest of the team is still struggling. Bok's about to fall. There goes Ninja Boogie. The buybacks are coming, but this game looks to be over very, very soon if they win this next team fight on the side of Motivate. There's your lasso, Masteros, the boat, the torrent, all of it's there. With the tide bringing him from Fearless, he has a double damage. He can't even get it off, but it doesn't matter. Ninja Boogie is set to die as well on the Rubik. They might just call it. It's getting to that point.
Yeah, it's not a good look here for 032. They did die back on a lot of heroes, at least one. Ninja Boogie did, but Matthew's out scotch-free still. Tier 2 is not going to stand for too long. They're not going to be able to really find any sort of meaningful trade anywhere else. Natsumi, he's getting caught out too much. He's still trying to rush the Mjolnir, but it's becoming clear he needs a BKB. And even then, that's not enough because of the last time. You really pointed it out. Controls too much in Matthew.
Yeah, he's caught and he's gone. Hugh is just doing such a great job on this this Void Spirit, I tell you. He makes it look like he's been in the mid lane. He is playing position 4 Void Spirit, but he is ahead of the Invoker mid lane by 2k now. It's just not good news.
No, you've slowed down way too much here in 032 on the Invoker, on your Mars. It's really the Natsumi game. So his Mjolnir is going to come out soon, which is nice. You need more. You need a BKB, and then you'll also need a Linken's just to break that lasso and the X. But there's a lot there. I think there's just so much you have to deal with. Natsumi needs to split push like a god, which is possible. It's an Arc Warden. They just need to buy that space out somehow. You're talking about a 17k deficit, though. It's a difficult prospect. It's a very, very difficult prospect. And MG, they're just going to find more.
They are.
Oh. Nico.
It goes down to Boombill, and now Bok is probably also dead. He'll try for the arena, gets the spear off. They are still going to have an 8th remnant to lock him in. And with the sticky napalm slow, Bok, he's going to try, but it's just such a tough time. Another spear out. Does land on Masteros. Boombill's holding onto the ice path. Does eventually throw it out to block the staircase. And they'll get another kill. I mean, you've got the Mjolnir now and Natsumi, at least, I guess. But that's really it. Like, that's the only positive thing going on right now for 032.
It's not enough, though. Like, he can send it out. The waves should shove a bit better. But there's a lot of shoving to be done here. Like, you've got BKBs up. on Masuro, so you can really just go in, commit, no worries out on the Batrider. That MKB for Jackie's been standing up for a while. He's just going straight into a Moonshard. He knows how far ahead he is. He doesn't care anymore, just Moonshard. With a BKB that hasn't been used as well by him. It's still in 10 seconds here from Jackie. So the job for 032 on the high ground going to be a lot more difficult. It's going to be a bit of a challenge, but if they can find a kill on Jackie, he hasn't died. So that's a 7-0 Faces Void. That's a big streak to take. That might be some good gold that comes your way if you manage to hammer in on Faces Void.
Nico. Across the map, Masaros just kills him off. This is go to plus 99%.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, it's
Oh, they smoke.
they're gonna try 032 Arena up onto Bok. He does land it with a nice spear. But Jackie looking for a chrono, doesn't quite get it. A nice Yule's out, but it is still gonna mean the death of Bok. He's been left behind. Matthew, they know he's in the tree line. They have a sentry ward there, and even a Tinker ward just to keep tabs on the tree. And MG.Trust are proving to be a little bit too good today, up against 032. So they go for the high ground attempt now.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to defend. You could play with a bubble, with magnetic field to stall a push. We've seen that before, but you're going to have to stall for a very long time here, as I don't think Jackie's going to care too much.
See you later, nerds.
Jackie has that chrono, doesn't need it yet. We'll go after Ninja Boogie. And there's your chrono now catching out too. They've got Natsumi and they've got the Invoker. The boats are fly in. It is just the Tempest double, but it won't matter. They'll buy back on Nico. They'll try. Can buy time with this magnetic field. So EMP on Jackie is not going to land, and the spear is not going to land either on Jackie. Fearless looking for his next target, it looks like. Matthew, brought out, and looks like he is probably gone. The torrent is going to be out, and he is. Natsumi still trying to fight back on this Arc Warden, using that Tempest double. He's buying, again, more time, but Fearless, he's had enough. He pops the BKB onto Nico. They want the Invoker first. They're going to get him. Masaros just flying around on his bat.
Wow!
Back in onto Ninja Boogie. Cute. Hold him down. Ninja Boogie's gone as well. Now an AC up on Yukoka.
Ooh, yep. I mean, it's a 29k lead, Mike. They're still on the high ground. This is so long that you're probably gonna get another chrono by the time they hit the next racks, and the third racks, I mean, and 032. You got to see that defense come out soon, because these towers are just gonna fall.
Cute. Jump back in onto Natsumi. And Jackie is there. Natsumi falling low on that Tempest double. It is going to drop. Back onto Bok, who is even lower. The arena is going to wear off. He'll try and run away. Overgrowth is going to be out, but Jackie is just on target. Gets another. They'll buy back again. Lasso out now. They've caught Natsumi, and it's the real Arc Warden this time. He'll also buy back.
See you later, nerd.
MG.Trust, they are just not backing off. They are not going back for a reset. Boats are flying again. It does not really connect on anyone. And now a pretty big tornado is out. And they have finally had enough. No, they haven't. Q's going to jump back in onto Nico one more time. They want the Invoker, and they're going to get him. Now Ninja Boogie's gone as well. Natsumi just going to stand there with the Tempest double. It's dead. Bok. Now, he knows.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, no, 34k lead, Mike. Gonna have to be a miracle here for 032, but they're not tapping out yet. They're gonna try to play with a bubble, and it is stalling out. So there is that, but this is way too big a difference. You've got the chrono out, by the way. It's been that long. Jackie has another.
Yeah, Tempest Double gonna just melt to Jackie. He has a moonshot just sitting in his bag right now. Like, Jackie's just had enough of this game. He'll go in, onto Matthew, and Matthew's gone. They're gonna try and drain the mana of Jackie. They get that done, so now he doesn't have the mana for Chrono. Jackie's just gonna get X'd. TP's back for the reset.
You do have your respawns. Maybe you can make another arena play, catch them out. They do smoke up, so it's one more fight here.
That Rax has fallen. Megas are coming. Tempest Double. Another one gonna go to Jackie. Try with the EMP. They drain the mana. Jackie does not have mana for the Chrono yet, but he doesn't really need it after the Tempest Double. And there's your GG call now coming out. They finally had enough. MG.Trust. They will get the 2-0 victory over 032.
Yeah, nice win for them. Helping them climb up. You mentioned it, but MG.Trust do need some wins to hold on to their 4th place spot in the upper bracket. With that win, that does kind of start to cement it down. We'll see what they can do in their next series. But 032, it's looking a bit rocky. They've got 2 series left themselves. They need to start finding some wins because, well, Execration's not looking too hot either, but you do want to start to put yourself in a better position going into playoffs. They didn't find it here tonight, Mike. They're going to have to work harder the next time because we're running out of group stage games.
Certainly. That is it for tonight, however. We have a pretty big day coming up for us tomorrow as well. 3 more series. Pretty interesting matchups tomorrow, so should be pretty interesting to see what happens there. Apart from that, though, it is MLP Dota and JohnXFire. It's time for us to head off, and I believe EU will be starting pretty darn soon. So there's more Dota to watch if you weren't done yet. So I don't exactly know when it's going to start. It might have already started, but we'll find out soon anyway. It's MLP Dota and JohnXFire. We'll see you all again tomorrow for some more great SEA Dota. See you then.